One of the most important things in game dev is to just have fun. Whether that be an idea you want to try out, or just a little experiment you want to see, having fun is crucial to becoming and staying a good game dev. Just this week, I finished the game our team was working on. You check it out in the description, and wanted to cool off. I thought, what better way to cool off than to cause destruction? I need to work on that laugh, goodness. Anyways, prepare to be satisfied. So before I opened up a new Unity project, I came up with some features in my head. I had a basic idea of what I wanted to do. You'll see that in the video. So I just thought, let's just jump straight into it. So I opened up a new Unity project and got started. Alright, so the whole idea of this concept revolves around rigid bodies. So I'm going to create a cube here, and I'm going to give it a rigid body. And I'm going to create another cube, and I want to make this the floor. Yep. Oh, it's really weird. Okay, whatever. So, let's say this does not have a rigid body. What happened if this does not have a rigid body? As you can see, our cube will just float. However, if we do add a rigid body to this guy, as you can see, it falls down, which is pretty cool. Now, I had the ideas to make a lot of these, inspired by Braxton, by the way. Let's say I make like something like this, fall down, everything. Yeah, as you can see, that's awesome. It's so satisfying. It's so simple, but it's so freaking satisfying. That's what I love about it. Just what I love about game dev. You can make something so simple, yet so satisfying. I wanted to make this as just destructive and as entertaining as possible. So, the plan is, we're gonna have a lot of these cubes, so I'm actually gonna get all these cubes back. We're gonna have all of these cubes, right? And in the middle of all these cubes, there's gonna be like a grenade here. So that grenade will explode, and all of the cubes will just go flying, right? They'll just go flying into the abyss. It's gonna be the best thing ever, I hope. And you guys can see my work, you guys can see my progress, and let's just get started. So the first thing I did was get a working grenade up and running. I'll be completely honest, I did not do this on my own. In fact, I did none of the coding on my own. All of the scripts I coded here were from following a Brachy's tutorial. Link to their channel in the description. I can even give the 2 tutorials I followed here. It's these ones. One of the things I love about game development is that all or most of the information you need to learn is already on the internet. I've only followed one coding/game development course ever. That was a pretty long time before I started doing game dev as a hobby, and hopefully in the future as a full-time business. Anyways, enough rambling, enjoy the rest of this time lapse. Alright, progress report. We now have a grenade that can actually launch objects with rigid bodies. This is actually awesome. Look at this, ready? That's awesome. Obviously this is all from Bracky's tutorials right over here, as you probably saw from the time lapse. Grenades like bomb in Unity. You can just search this up if you want to follow the tutorial, since it's, not every Bracky's tutorial is extremely useful. So that's step 1 done. That's all I really want. Now, what we can do, I'm gonna create an empty game object. I'm gonna call it, boxes. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Yeah! Explosion! That's awesome. Oh, I can watch this all day. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with that so far. As you can see, we got a huge freaking explosion. In 3, 2, 1, boom! Come on, you gotta admit, that's like the coolest thing ever. Alright, we're not done here. We're not done yet. Because we can do a lot more things. We can add more boxes. I want to add also a function where you can rewind time so that you can view the explosion like backwards and forwards. I think that would be really cool. So see you on the flip side when I do that.
Next, I made a mechanic where you can rewind time. Like the grenade, I made this one using this Bracky tutorial. The goal of this project was really to make something, like simulating an explosion, as satisfying as possible. Explosions are cool and all, but how about rewinding all the debris and chaos the destruction caused just a few moments ago? Not only is it satisfying as freak, but it also gives you a sense of power, like yours is God, watching over the simulation, being able to control and rewind time as you please. To put it simply, it's awesome. Now I'll get back to the video.
Alright, so now I have added a rewind time function. Courtesy of Brackies once again. Now we can explode all our cubes. And when we hold left click, all of them get rewinded. Man, it's so cool. The thing I love about Game Dev is that this is so freaking simple. This is like, anybody could probably do this. Like, you don't have to add the rewind time function. Just add like a grenade and boom! And boom! That's freaking awesome. Oh man. That's why I love Game Dev, man. That's why I love Game Dev. There's just something so beautiful, something so simple yet beautiful just about these explosions. Look at that. It's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Oh god, I love it. Alright, I'm gonna take a break on this project for a little bit. I'll see you on the flip side when I come back to it.
Here, I add a player controller. Not much to say about this feature. I just imported a player movement script for one of my older projects, removed unnecessary code, filled in the field that needs to be filled out, and boom! We have a moving bean.
Alright, so what I've just created is a player controller. So now you can move with WASD. You know, maybe I want to get a good angle. Just let me go back here. But then you can also jump and boom! That's pretty cool. And one of the things I actually found about this is that let's say I go in the middle here, and then what if I rewind time? Oh, I get stuck in the middle of it. God, that's epic. No, I can't even lie. That's awesome! And then ready? Rewind time, boys! Whoa! Let's go on top of here! Alright, I'm gonna try to make it so that once you're done rewinding time, you can blow up the grenade again. So, hopefully I can do that, and I'll catch you when I do. Alright, so now what happens is that if we explode it, we rewind time, and if we press space again, it explodes again. Would you look at that? That's pretty cool. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is just add more boxes. I might try to add a GUI, but I don't want to go too far into this since this is just a little silly experiment, and I don't want to stress myself on this too much. So let's add more boxes. Alright, so you may notice at this point that the game starts to become extremely laggy, almost unplayable at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build this so that it's a standalone build. And I think that'll make it lag less and give me higher FPS, so wish me luck. Alright, so I've made it to a standalone build. It's lagging. Oh, I think no, I didn't even press space. The blocks are dying right now. Boom! I pressed space. Whoa! Whoa! Look Look at that! Holy cow! And rewind time, baby. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. Yeah, in conclusion, it's really laggy. I don't know if I can do anything to stop that. Ready? And boom! It's freaking awesome though. Look at that! Actually though, look at that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. PogChamp. That's actually awesome. Boom! Yeah! Look at that! Blocks everywhere! Whee! And rewind! Oh god. Whoa! Oh, I didn't mean... I blew it up again! Whoops! Oh. So, I think I'm gonna end the project here. If I do any more changes, they're probably gonna be really minor, off camera, but I'll just conclude with how my thoughts on the project. Final thoughts. I'm first gonna start off with why did I do this project at all. For one, it's a nice way to just cool off, you know, while doing the thing you love. Because I love game dev, right? But sometimes doing anything for too long, it can be boring, it can be stressful. Sure, you'll make a lot of progress on it, which is good. But sometimes you just need to take a break on it. And that's what I did here. For example, I'm working on my game right now. It's a game called Dual Robots. You can check it out, link in the description. And me and my team have actually finished the demo. Check it out, please. You can give some feedback. But after that, you know, that was pretty stressful since I have to make videos and then I have to make all the progress. And sometimes it wasn't fun because at the point of development we were at the time, where we were just finalizing the last, you know, stages of the game. That's pretty boring and also can be really tedious and sometimes really frustrating because you have to do something that you don't love. Like I don't really like fixing glitches. I don't know if anybody likes fixing glitches, and you have to do that just like for like the final week, and it's not fun at all. And then once you finally release that product, that's just so good. So one reason why I did this is to just cool off. Another reason though is what I learned from this. And that's kind of the next point I want to talk about here, is what did I learn from this project? I learned that games, really simple games like this, I wouldn't even consider this a game, it's just a simulation. But just things like this can be super duper satisfying to watch. Like, it's actually really unique because, you know, on my game, Dual Robots, that, you know, me and my team have created, you know, that required a lot of work and effort and yet a lot of planning and that stuff. While this game, I'll call it rigid body destruction, this was very simple. All I did was just place a bunch of boxes and blow them up. And yet, there's something about it that's so fun. It's just a simple idea. It's so simple, and yet it's so fun to play around with. And you guys can do this as well. I'll be honest, as you can probably see from the videos that I watched, I use brackeys a lot. I didn't really code anything by myself. I barely coded anything, to be honest. I just followed a tutorial. I would call this a masterpiece, to be honest, because it is freaking beautiful.
Now, because I know you guys want it, here is the final project in its purest, explosive form. Enjoy.
I'm gonna go into future Juju, and he's gonna do the outro and the final thoughts, and that's about it.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. I had a lot of fun while making this video, and would love to hear your thoughts. Did you guys enjoy the content? Consider liking and subscribing if you did. What other videos would you like me to record? Leave your suggestions in the comment section down below. Until next time, see ya. Bye!